Hey friends, coming at you with a quick Kingshot Kickstart video to help you understand all those need-to-know things that Kingshot doesn't really teach you in-game. Today we're going to be talking about the potentially confusing world of troop healing. Unfortunately, not every battle can be an overwhelming victory, and even if they are, you will still likely end up with troops getting injured. So in this video, I'm going to help you understand how to reduce troop losses, how to heal your injured troops without burning through days and days of speed-ups, and how this whole troop enlistment feature works. So Alliance leaders, be sure to share this with your Alliance before a castle battle so everyone knows what batch healing is. Let's dive in. First off, the most important thing you need to understand for any of this video to make sense is the difference between troop losses, injuries, and light injuries. The short version is that when combat simulation resolves, defeated troops are assigned to one of these three categories. The exact proportion of the assignment changes based on the battle location and whether you are the attacker or defender. I put together a full breakdown of the potential outcomes in my Ultimate Guide to Kingshot Combat, linked below in the description. However, the big ones to watch out for that have automatic permanent troop losses are attacking another player's town and attacking or defending a level 4 outpost. So the biggest way to avoid losses is to simply stay clear of all of these instant loss battle situations unless you are absolutely sure you know what you are doing. All other combat in the game thus far will only result in troop injuries by default. Now these injuries can still result in permanent troop losses if you do not have the space in your infirmary for the injured troops. But it means you have much more control over the outcome. So in addition to increasing infirmary capacity, you'll want to improve your healing speed, but more on that in a moment. But if your injured troops exceed your infirmary capacity, the troops do become removed from your account. But there is one stopgap to reduce the severity of your losses, and this is the role of the Enlistment Office. The Enlistment Office can be quite a bit confusing to new players since it's not so clearly explained in-game besides this little tooltip pop-up. I get a lot of questions about this on my channel, so to be clear, it's not a way to recruit additional troops. It's not a way to loan or share troops between players, and it's okay that you're not generating any loyalty. So don't go buying any loyalty packs thinking you need to do this somehow in order to unlock this feature. In fact, if your infirmary never overfills, then you will never really use this game feature at all. How it actually works is that when your infirmary overfills and you lose troops as a result of this happening, 70% of the troops lost this way can be recovered by the Enlistment Office over time. When troops are in the Enlistment Office, you will then begin to naturally gain loyalty over time, and this loyalty currency is then used to get a share of those troops back. So if we're trying to reduce troop losses and we're avoiding the automatic troop loss battle scenarios I described, then the main goal is to simply keep the infirmary empty. You get more wiggle room by upgrading the building to increase capacity, and by researching technologies that improve your infirmary's capacity. However, healing troops, particularly at higher troop tier levels, can take quite a while. And while the game does provide you with some healing speed-ups, you will not have enough of these for it to be your primary way of healing troops. Similarly, there are plenty of ways to increase your healing speed, such as research, and Oasis Island. However, even with a lot of investment in both of these, it can take days or even weeks in the late game to heal a full infirmary's worth of troops. In some events, like Castle Battle, will create a constant stream of injured troops that you'll want to quickly heal in order to continue participating without incurring any permanent troop losses. So the key to all of this, which is never tutorialized in-game, is the concept of batch healing. I've also heard others refer to it as micro-healing. In either case, what it means is that you don't attempt to heal all of your injured troops at once. The reason is that whenever you do heal troops, you can request for help from your allies to reduce the time, just like you would do with a research or building project to reduce the time to completion. Because you can get these ally assists, you can effectively control the length of the healing project based on the number of troops you selected to heal, and you can essentially get a small enough batch of troops to heal instantly as long as other Alliance members are tapping the assist button. So this means if you get the timing right, you can essentially spam troop healing projects that are completed near instantly and heal your entire army in a matter of minutes. But then this all begs the question, what is the right amount of troops to select in order to heal instantly? And the answer to this is different for each person. So in order to answer that, there are a few factors that we first need to look at that go into calculating it. First, the higher tier troops that you have, the longer it will take for a single troop to heal. Next, your embassy level not only determines the total number of ally assists you can receive, but most importantly in this case, it determines how much time each additional ally assist removes from your project time. This can also be enhanced by the Cooperative Protocols Alliance research, which significantly enhances ally help time. As I mentioned earlier, your healing speed also influences this because it reduces the amount of time to heal a single troop, thus allowing you to batch larger amounts of troops into a single healing project. In addition to research in Oasis Island, additional sources of troop healing speed include First Aid Techniques Alliance research, Amane's Exorcism skill, the Community Healing King skill, and the Ministry of the Interior Castle appointment. And as a side note, if you want to know where troop healing falls in your research priority, then be sure to check out the Research Prioritization Guide linked below in the description. And the last and perhaps most important factor in all of this is how many Alliance members you actually have online who are hitting the assist button. This obviously changes quite a bit if you are talking about a major event like Castle Battle versus a regular Tuesday afternoon where nothing is going on. Therefore, you see this batch healing technique typically come into play during times of high player activity and high troop injuries, such as the Castle Battle, but possibly also all-out event depending on your server. Usually after Castle Battle, alliances will work together to heal their troops more effectively this way. So the way to figure out personally how many troops you should batch heal is to first understand how many seconds per ally assist you get. In my case, that is 247 seconds, or 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And then the next thing I do is see how many troops that equates to. For my tier 10 infantry, that currently happens to be 89 troops. Essentially, this means that every 89 troops I heal, I need to get 1 ally assist for it to be instant. If I go over that, then I need either 2 assists or 1 assist plus 3 seconds of wait time per extra troop. So 90 troops is probably okay for ease of math, but it would be silly to do a batch of about 100 troops, for example. For that to be an instant heal, I would need 2 people to assist, or wait 30 seconds in between those heals. So if I believe I will get 2 assists instantly, then I might as well do 178 troops as my batch size, since it will take the same time to complete as 100 troops if 2 people are assisting. So when I'm batch healing, I'll usually try to feel my way towards an equilibrium. If I'm getting instant heals easily, I'll try 1 more assist level higher and higher until it feels like it's not instant. Then I'll step down a batch size increment and continue with that, adjusting as needed over time. By doing this technique, you can get your troops back up quickly to go fight more without worrying about troop losses from your infirmary being full. And when everything lines up, I've been able to heal tens of thousands of troops in a minute or so, which is a huge advantage for events like Castle Battle. So make sure you and your alliance members know how to do this technique to support each other in PvP combat. And with the fairly recent UI updates, you can batch heal your own troops while assisting the troops of other players, since the game will remember your last batch size for easy repetition. I hope this helps to answer all of your questions about troop healing, the infirmary, and the enlistment office, but if not, feel free to drop a question in the comments. And be sure to check out the rest of the Kingshot Kickstart series for more of these sort of must-know things that the game doesn't teach you, and my channel more broadly for tips, tricks, and guides. Thanks again for watching, and happy gaming out there.